Hi, welcome to our latest trail talk here in Tehaleh. Glad you could make it today. We're excited to introduce you to Chef Dino, who is now our Director of Food and Beverage at Seventh Summits Lodge here in Trilogy in Tehaleh. And I think you'll find him interesting, and he's a great guy. And without further ado, here's Dino. Tell me, Dino, where'd you grow up?
Well, I grew up in quite a few different places.
All right.
The Philippines is one of them.
Oh, great. Okay.
And then San Francisco, and then here in Tacoma.
Okay. And do you have family here?
Yeah, I have both my sisters are here.
Okay. Pretty good.
With their own families, so we kind of do our once a month thing where we have dinner together and kind of
Cool.
stay updated with each other's lives at this age.
Okay. Very good. And you, so where along the travels of your life did you fall in love with cooking?
Say making my first lasagna from scratch.
Okay.
I was probably in 8th grade.
No kidding.
Because my mom was working in Seattle, so
Okay.
and I do have an older sister, but she's not really the cooking type, I guess.
Okay. So somebody had to cook.
Yeah, so I kind of took over that, and it just kind of really started from there.
What was your first job in restaurant?
My first in the restaurant. My
Yeah.
first job was Chuck E. Cheese.
Okay.
I was the.
All right.
I
Nothing wrong with
dressed
that.
up as the mouse.
No kidding.
I washed dishes and
Okay.
cleaned up the ball pit, which is nowadays,
Like a
not too
cesspool.
sanitary. But back then we didn't know. We didn't know any better.
You're the second trail talk I've talked to where they started out, part of their job was, or part of their experience was dressing up like the mascot.
Yeah. We had to put ice. It got so hot in there. You had to put ice pack vests,
Okay.
things like that.
To stay cool so you wouldn't pass out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. And then where'd you go from there?
And then I got fired from there. They said I was too slow.
You were
So
too
that was
calm.
kind of-
You were
that
too
was-
calm.
That's the only job I've ever been fired from. Of course, I'm gonna remember that.
Then you did you go to college?
I did. I went to South Tehaleh Community College.
Okay.
I did a couple years there. Got your basic hospitality management, and
Yep.
then your restaurant and hotel food service,
Okay.
and then also Valley at the CIA there, at Greystone.
Okay.
That was later on in my career though, but I would say that qualifies as
Yes.
I had a master chef come out, teach us sous vide
All right.
and things like that. So
All right. That's serious stuff. So where were you right before you came to Seven Summits Lodge and Blue Star folks?
I was at Canterwood, so I was with Club Corp.
Okay.
I was
Okay.
with them for about 8 years.
So you're familiar with having 400 bosses
Yeah. I mean,
being in a club.
yeah, it's just I do like the Blue Star environment a lot better,
Okay.
just because it's a smaller company. So like I got to meet Tim, the president,
Right.
quite a few times already, and
So you're just not a
Like, I was-
number.
yeah, I was
a
at
huge
Canterwood
corporation.
for 8 years. I
Okay.
never met the president, so
Okay.
not to knock on
Yeah.
Club Corp, but they
It's
were
just a different environment.
yeah, just different environment.
Very good.
Hello. How you doing?
Yeah. So so Blue Star. When you came to work for Blue Star, is this where you started, or have you worked at other trilogies? So you're trained-
This is my first Blue Star job.
Okay. And how long did you come in as a chef? Did you come in as a sous chef? Or?
No, I came in as an executive chef. This
Okay.
is
Okay.
this is probably my seventh restaurant as an executive chef.
Okay.
I started out my first executive chef job. It was still indoor smoking was still allowed.
Oh my God. Yes.
And it was
those days.
it was a bar and grill, and it was an
Yep.
open kitchen. So that's kind of what that was, a little bit too rowdy during
Yeah.
that time period. This was probably
Yes.
late 90s.
Yes, I
early
remember
2000.
those. Remember those years. I think I still have a secondhand smoke car.
Yeah, we would also get chicken wing bones thrown at us by drunk people.
Yeah, well, that's that can be expected in some of these environments where the crowd is a little bit rowdy. Prior to Blue Star, what executive chef position did you think really prepared you the most for this job?
I would probably say Canterwood.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Before Canterwood, I was at Tacoma Country and Golf Club.
Okay. All right.
I was there. The corporate chef for the lobster shops left and went to be the executive chef at Tacoma Country Golf, and then it took me a while to make a decision because I would have had to been. I ended up being the sous chef.
Okay.
And I didn't want to step down.
Right.
Because I've already been an executive chef a few
Yeah.
places before that, but it was actually probably the best move I've ever made in my career.
Good.
Just getting into the whole private club situation, it's so different compared to a normal restaurant. You know,
It is.
it's very career oriented and
Right.
insane benefits and
Yes.
all those things that I never even really knew existed until 2008.
So and so you're from this area. You grew up in this area.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you like most about the Bonney Lake area and South Sound?
I would probably say the weather. You know,
Yeah.
I love the rain, and I don't have anything against it. You know, I do not prefer the snow, but you know that's only
Well, being
a
from the
week or two a
Midwest,
year.
yeah, exactly. I often tell people, you know, I love the snow too. I grew up in the snow, but you know, here you can go visit the snow whenever you want,
Yeah,
and
definitely.
then come back. And
I'd say just the weather and pretty
Good.
much the
good.
you know the just the environment and
Been
everything.
promoted recently from executive chef here at Seven Summits Lodge
Mm-hmm.
to director
Yes, Director of Food and
of
Beverage.
food and beverage. Awesome. Congratulations.
Well, thank you. It's a big step. You know, it's after 25 years of being in the kitchen, I felt
Right.
that I could contribute.
And you know, having been a director of food and beverage myself over the years, and been in this business for 30 years, the people you promote from within seem to always do the best. And if you can get an executive chef that is able to have that front of house mentality, hi folks, is able to have that front of house presence,
Yeah.
you're golden. You know, you got to have the soft side too. You
Yeah.
have the hard skills in the back, but the soft skills to deal with the staff and the clients. And
Yeah,
guests.
so
It's a lot of
it's all
responsibility.
encompassing, you know.
Because it's not just the restaurant, right?
Yeah, it's not just the restaurant, it's pretty much running the whole program and really creating the structure that's
Yeah.
necessary for us to get to that next level.
Well, you guys are doing great, especially through COVID. In the last couple of years, it's been tough to keep consistent.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys have a lot of programs going on, from wine dinners to cooking classes.
Yes, definitely.
What else you got going on besides? You got beer tasting classes, right?
Yeah,
Pairing foods, pairing wines,
yeah, and then all the fun events.
the barbecues.
Yeah, we got a lot of pretty
Holidays.
much our season is probably going to be mid-spring through the end of summer, early fall. That's pretty much when it gets busiest here.
Yes. And how big a group can you do? How many people can you serve if you go outside?
It depends if we want to shut down the club, you know, because then we can do 250 people, even a 300-person event if the whole club is shut down.
Yes, okay. And we have the pool. I think most people know that the pool, I think there's only like a couple of them in the world, but the pool actually, the water in the pool stays and the floor of the pool comes up, and that becomes a banquet space.
Yes,
You
yes.
can do anything. So the menu. So the menu changes seasonally, right?
We try and do it every 3 months, trying to get to that sweet spot of the four in a year.
Okay. And these aren't corporate menus. These are your menus. You come up with these menus.
Yeah,
You take
for the most part,
you
yeah.
can put your signature on it, so to speak.
Yeah.
Your flavors or tastes.
Yeah, definitely.
What's been one of your favorite items that you've added on there that seems to get the most positive response from the membership?
I would say the members really like a lot of the homemade meals that we do, like the comfort food homemade meals. Yes, we do. Yes, we'll do, you know, fancy scallops and lamb
Yeah.
and duck and
Oh, yes.
all kinds of halibut and
The quinoa salad.
swordfish and all that stuff. But
Great.
we'll also do a lot of the pot roast and meatballs and
Yep. Didn't you have a Wagyu on there one time?
yeah, we had a Wagyu sirloin. Yeah.
Thanks so much, Dino. It was great getting to know you. You and your team do a lot of hard work up at the lodge here, Seven Summits Lodge here in Trilogy. Appreciate you spending a few minutes with us. And yeah, stop by the lodge, check out his food, his service, his staff. They're all fantastic. It's great to see that Blue Star has recognized him and promoted him from chef to our new Director of Food and Beverage. Looking forward to seeing what he does with everything. And hope you enjoyed this. If you have, give us a thumbs up, like, subscribe, reach out, give you a tour. Please don't visit Tehaleh or Trilogy without reaching out to me. I'll save you a lot of time and kind of point you in the right direction anyway. But looking forward to seeing you next time. Until then, we'll see you on the trails. Bye. This way.
Which way?
This way, right?
I'm not sure.
I think it's
I'm
this
not
way.
sure which way.
Let's
I
see.
got lost.
I think this is it. If not, we'll be fine.